Hello, everyone. So for today's discussion, it will be about Chapter 5, Fuel for Performance. So this topic is just a continuation of the discussion we had last time, which is in Chapter 4. And, and that Chapter 4 po, pinag-usapan din natin yung poor dietary habits and also yung sedentary lifestyle. So if you haven't watched that video yet, please go and watch it now before you proceed to this video. All right. So fuel for performance, we will be focusing about proper nutrition for exercise. Nutrition is the health branch that stresses the importance of the food for growth and development, as well as in lowering the chances of acquiring diseases and illnesses. Proper nutrition relies on the mix of food with varying nutrients that we need to eat every day. So kung makikita niyo po dyan sa picture, nandiyan po yung tatlong pagkain natin na kailangan natin kainin every day, which are the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner. And also, I would just like to give emphasis yung breakfast na wag niyo po tayo mag-skip ng breakfast because it is the most important meal of the day. And also, nasa gilid niya po is yung mga snacks. No? So later on, as we go on to our discussion, we will talk about kung ano po yung mga nutrients na makukuha natin sa mga pagkain na kinakain natin every day. Yan. So this day, we're going to answer the questions, what are nutrients and also why are they important? Nutrients are important food substances that help our body function properly. Of course, if we are lacking of nutrients, our body will not function that right or properly. It provides energy and facilitates growth and repair of cells. So ang nutrients po is divided into 6 types. We have the carbohydrate, the protein, the fat, vitamin, mineral, and water. And also, nutrients can be classified into 2, the macronutrients and the micronutrients. So pag sinabi po natin kasing macronutrients, ibig sabihin po, malaki. Okay? Pag sinabi naman po natin micronutrients, ibig sabihin maliit. So from these nutrients, ang mga macronutrients po ay ang carbohydrates, protein, fats, and yung water. Because yan po yung mga large portions na kailangan ng katawan natin. Ang micronutrients naman po ay ang vitamins and yung mga minerals na tinatawag. Malinaw po ba? Okay, let's now proceed. So, under macronutrients, we have protein. So, ang protein po is needed for growth, building, and repair of body tissues. So, what are the symptoms of deficiency? We have ridges or white lines in both finger and toenails, hair loss and thinning or brittle hair, muscle deterioration. So, kapag nakaranas po kayo dito ng mga symptoms na ganito, you need to eat food na mayaman po sa protina, just like the fish, the egg, the tofu, nuts, seeds, milk, yogurt, and cheese. And also, enough protein is essential to maintain muscle mass and strength. But eating more protein does not yield bigger muscle. Moving on to the next one is what we call carbohydrates. So, ang carbohydrates po ay ang main source of energy natin. So ano po ba yung mga pagkain na mayaman sa carbohydrates? We have grains, bread, rice, crackers, cereal, soda, candy, and cookies. So what are the symptoms of deficiency? Irritability, nausea, bad breath, muscle cramps, increase in body fat, and regular headaches. Also, carbohydrate maintains a blood glucose level during exercise and replaces glycogen stores after exercise. Next one is what we call fats. So fats are needed for immune system function and helps the body store and use vitamins. So what are the different food na mayaman po sa fats? We have beef, the pork, lamb, ano pa ba? Chicken meat, whole milk, butter, and sour cream. So what are the symptoms of deficiency? We have dry skin, hair loss, body weight deficiency, cold intolerance, bruising, slow growth, loss of menstruation. And also, fats po, is the one who is stored fat provides enough energy for long endurance events. Okay, so last one under macronutrients is what we call the water. So water is needed for waste removal. Tandaan po natin yan, that water regulates body temperature, cushions the spinal cord and joints. So what are the symptoms of deficiency? We have dehydration, muscle cramps, confusion, nausea, slurred speech, and disorientation. Ayan. So moving on to the next nutrient is what we call the micronutrients. Di ba kanina sinabi ko sa inyo that micronutrients meron siyang dalawa. We have the vitamins and the mineral. So under po ng vitamins, we have vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, vitamin E and C, and yung folic acid or yung folate na tinatawag natin. And under naman po ng minerals, we have iron, calcium, and zinc. So, talking about vitamin, let's start with vitamin A. So, vitamin A helps the body use carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, maintains healthy skin, bones, teeth, and hair. So, what are the symptoms of deficiency? We have anemia, painful joints, cracks in teeth, depression, frequent infections. So, what are the food po na mayaman sa mga vitamin A? We have eggs, we have the orange, the cheese, the butter, the broccoli, the milk, vegetables, of course, the carrots, the red bell pepper, and many more. So next to vitamin A is vitamin B and B6. So it is needed to break down glycogen to release glucose and make hemoglobin that carries out in the blood. So what are the symptoms of deficiency? We have anemia, nervous system degeneration, progressing to paralysis, and hypersensitivity. So what are the food na mayaman po sa vitamin B and B6? We have brown rice, meat, leafy vegetables, and also vitamin B and B6 is needed to break down glycogen to release glucose. Tandaan po natin yan. And also it is important in the production of energy from carbohydrates and fats. Okay, next one is what we call the vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 are the vitamins found in animal products. Okay, examples, yung meat, yung poultry eggs, the milk, and the milk products, something like that. So it aids in maintenance of red blood cells. So of course, what are the symptoms of deficiency? We have red blood cell breakage, anemia, muscle degeneration, difficulty walking, and leg cramps. Next po is yung vitamin E and C. So vitamin E and C help protect the body from oxidative damage. And also, it aids in bone, teeth, and skin formation and resistance to infection. Symptoms of deficiency, we have anemia, frequent infections, bleeding gums, loosened teeth, muscle degeneration and pain, joint pain, failure of bones to heal. Folate or yung folic acid na sinasabi natin. So aids in the formation of red blood cells and protein. Symptoms of deficiency, anemia, heartburn, frequent infections, smooth red tongue, depression, and mental confusion. Next is what we call iron. So ang iron po is under na po siya ng minerals. Helps in metabolism, important in transporting oxygen through the bloodstream. Symptoms of deficiency, anemia, weakness, fatigue, pale appearance, reduced attention span, developmental delays in children. Next is what we call calcium. So ang calcium naman po helps build and maintain bones and teeth, nerve and muscle function, and blood supply. Symptoms of deficiency, we have a stunted growth. Ano po yung mga pagkain na mayaman sa calcium? We have milk, cheese, green leafy vegetables, and nuts. And also yung mga kita niyo po dyan sa picture po. Zinc. So this will be the last one under minerals. So zinc po helps carry out the body processes, plays a role in immune function, proteins synthesis, and wound healing. Yeah, so symptoms of deficiency, we have growth failure, delayed sexual maturation, and slow womb. So let's now proceed po doon sa mga pagkain na kailangan natin kainin before, during, and after exercise. So the food eaten before exercise serves as the energy source and will define one's performance. Means to say, if kailangan po natin kumain ng mga pagkain na mayaman po sa carbohydrates 3 to 4 hours before exercise. Tandaan po, 3 to 4 hours before exercise. Because if you want to have an exercise like 9 a.m., dapat po 5 or 6, kumain na kayo ng pagkain to give time for your body to digest, no? And to, what we call that, to disseminate the different nutrients in the body. Opo, para meron tayong enough energy na makapag-perform ng exercise. So during exercise naman, proper food intake during exercise increases endurance and performance level. So prevents an individual from getting tired easily. So ano po yung mga pagkain? We have here 6 crackers, ano pa? 1 sliced bread. So ibig sabihin hindi naman siya gaano karami. No? Kumbaga parang refuel lang siya ang silbi ng mga pagkain during exercise. How about naman yung after exercise? So it is very important to eat after exercise to reload the body's glycogen supply. So yeah, we have the egg scramble, the whey protein, the avocado toast, the protein bar, the cottage cheese fruit, and etc. So the amount of food and time depends on the duration and intensity of the exercise and the schedule of the next exercise session. Okay? So let's now proceed to the effects of a bad nutrition. So day-to-day nutrition, although the before, during, and after exercise diet is essential to an individual's performance, the day-to-day diet is more important. And then po yan, overall dietary consumption for days, weeks, and months should be sufficient. Otherwise, training and performance will be adversely affected. Exercise and trainings drives the body to the limit. Achieving progress would mean putting continuous stress on the body and letting it recover. So consequences of poor nutrition, we have poor performance, long recovery, immune suppression, and the weight changes. Eating habits and weight control. Eating habit characterizes the way an individual consumes food. It relates how, why, what, and with whom an individual eats, as well as the way he or she gains, stores, uses, and discards food. And so weight control naman, it is the process of achieving and maintaining the desired weight of an individual. So individuals maintain their desired weight to have greater chances of being healthier than those who are overweight and underweight. Ways to improve eating habits, we only have 3 R's. Tandaan po, the reflect, the replace, and the reinforce. Factors affect weight control, genetic factors and hormones, environmental factors, and the concept of energy balance, which meron siyang tatlong types. We have the basal metabolic rate, the physical activity, the thermic effect of food. And also the fad diets and supplements, a diet that promises quick results with little effort, easily earns, and loses popularity shortly after consumers realize it as just a false advertisement. This kind of diet are fad as they come and go. So guidelines for safe and nutritious diet: eat food that are low in calories, fat should be less than 30% of total calories, variety of food to suit tastes and avoid hunger between meals, compatible with lifestyle and readily available, and also diet should be lifelong and sustainable. So I guess this will be the last slide. So dietary supplements are substances that contribute to health, maintenance, and overall diet. For example po, yung mga vitamins, the minerals, the amino acids, enzymes, and animal extracts. So what are the benefits of dietary supplements? The dietary intake of essential nutrients and help reduce the risk of diseases. So to sum it all, guys, this is very important lang po that I will just leave you a reminder that we need to take into consideration po yung kinakain natin every day, because ito po yung nagbibigay sa atin ng nutrients para po mairaos ang isang araw. So huwag na po tayong kumain ng mga pagkain na bawal sa atin because it will only affect our health. Okay? So if you don't have any more questions, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and sana nakatulong po ito sa inyo. Okay? So please subscribe and para po updated kayo sa mga following pa nating lessons. Okay? Bye everyone!